Hey, Phil again. I'm going to start a new series on a different type of guitar repair. Now, I'm going to take you back to the Strat. This was the one that started it all. This is the Strat that had the Gorilla Glue on it that I discovered that, hey, acetone can take that glue off. Now, this guitar was kind of rough when I got it. I got it for a good price, but it needed some work. This plate was missing. Not a big deal. I had an extra one lying around, but underneath that wire, it wasn't connected. So that's the ground wire. So that needed to be soldered. Again, not a big deal. There were too many springs in it. There were 5 springs, and really, in my experience, you only need 3. It's just about, if you're using the tremolo, getting a good balance between the tension of the strings and the tension on the springs on the back, and that can easily be adjusted. It's just a matter of patience. Um, I got the guitar to where I think it sounds pretty good. That was the rear pickup, which it's just a basic single coil. Eventually, I'd like to put at least one humbucker. I really like Seymour Duncan. They make these pickups that are humbuckers, but they fit in a single slot. I think those are pretty cool. Anyway, I was playing with the guitar, and I noticed that sometimes when I move around, listen, you hear that? That kind of popping, that means that there's some kind of issue at the jack. Now, this really isn't that big a deal to fix. Um, I've I've never done it on this type of guitar before, but what I have done is I've taken an acoustic guitar and a sound hole pickup, and have actually mounted it into um, to make it acoustic electric all the time. And I drilled a little hole in it. Well, it was a hollow body guitar, but I drilled a hole right about there and put one of these jacks and did a little soldering. And that's what I'm going to do to this. Now, under the jack, this metal plate, it just has 2 screws that come out. I'm not going to waste time showing you all that. But if you undo this screw and undo this screw, then all you have here is you've got this piece of metal and then you've got the jack. Well, the jack is just held on by this little nut here. You take the nut off, and then this comes separate from the jack, and a little bit of soldering, and you can put a new jack on. Now, I'm not 100% sure that this will cause a problem, or not that this will cause it. This is the cause of the problem. So I'm not 100% sure that this is going to solve it, but I'm pretty sure because it happens when you turn the wire that's that's in the jack. So I don't think there's any movement of the wires going on inside. Now, if it doesn't take care of it at this end, I'm going to have to take this off and get to the electronics underneath there and check some wiring and do some soldering. But anyway, the thing I like about Strats, you can find so many parts for them. You can trick them out. For example, let's see. I want to trick this out. I mentioned the pickup, but I'm also going to change the looks of it too. And I'm buying little bits of parts at a time. I bought just some new knobs for volume and tone because they're looking kind of old and the paint's kind of coming off. And I thought, hey, why not even change the color? You can get different colored pickup covers for them. You can get, I don't know how many different kinds of pick guards. And for just really not a lot of money, you can really make your guitar look sharp. But of course, the most important thing about a guitar isn't how it looks; it's how it sounds. So with the way that this is right now, I can't use this. I can't play this at church. I can't gig with this, and because I don't trust it not to make that kind of noise, and that just really would be hard on the ears. So my next repair attempt is going to be to replace this jack. Now, um, for $3.99, give a shout out to Music Go Round. I was able to buy a replacement jack, and there's not a lot to it. I mean, there's just a place here to solder one wire and a place here to solder the other wire. That's all there is to it. So I'm going to take the old one off. I'm going to put the new one on, and my screen just went blank. Okay, I'm running on battery, and it's trying to conserve energy. Anyway, if you're not good with a soldering iron, maybe you know somebody that is, because this isn't that tough to do. I mean, but it's expensive if you have someone else do it for you, like a shop. But if you're handy with a soldering iron, this is a really easy repair. Same thing with replacing pickups or the pots or the selector switch, or even having to put the ground wire in like I did, but you can't see that right now. Anyway, tune back in. I'll let you know how it went.